Привет, народ. Вот игру решил поиграть. Говорят, очень страшная. И не зря я там написал 18+, потому что там жесть творится вообще, короче. Там не видел, но читал описание. Почитайте в описании под видео написано. Ну что, пробуем? Сюжет Марта из этой и действующие в ней персонажи являются полностью вымышленными. В игре присутствуют сцены и поднимаются темы, которые могут быть неприятны некоторым игрокам. И игра рекомендована для взрослой аудитории. Вот. Так что, школьники, давайте, гуляйте. Это загрузка. Потому что звука у меня тоже нет.
It's been years now. I must tell you my story, but I don't know where to begin. There is so much that I should start from my childhood, but my memories of these times are
Это
vague.
вообще не мешает вроде.
I only remember the summer of 1929, when they sent me off to stay with my nanny.
Легенда. 1929.
Will you tell me the story of the White Lady?
No, little sparrow, not tonight. A fog is coming, see?
Yes. I know that when it's foggy, the lady kills young women. But why is she so evil?
You see, Julia, pain and suffering can make us do evil things, even if we're not actually bad.
Just like soldiers have to kill other soldiers. I like the lady I've decided, Nanny. She must be in so much pain. The poor dear. She still scares me a little, though. Soon I'll be a young woman, and she could kill me. Does she kill those who love her?
Of course not.
That makes me feel better because I love her. But what about Martha? Would she be in danger?
Your sister is with your mother, so do not worry. Do you miss them?
No. I mean, yes, I miss Martha a little, but I love spending time with you.
Now, go to sleep, little sparrow. It's getting late.
Okay, Nanny. I'll go to sleep and dream of the lady. Was she beautiful?
She was beautiful. Yes, very much so.
Then she'll be beautiful in my dreams. And will I be beautiful just like her?
You'll be even more beautiful.
Listen, Nanny. Since the lady won't harm me because I love her, and since you're not a young woman, could you tell me her story, even if it's foggy outside? Please. Oh, please. Then I'll sleep. I promise.
Oh, all right. You always get your own way.
Давайте. Историю
I
рассказывайте.
loved Nanny and I loved that story. Every time I heard it, it sounded like a new and more mesmerizing tale. Every night I would ask her to tell me about it, even though it scared me. Even now I can remember every single day of that time and how happy I was.
О,
According to an ancient legend, the lakes of the area are haunted by the spirit of a young woman.
тут даже на русском написали
by the man
книжки.
she loved. She was expecting a lover's stroll by the lake, gazing out at the old tree growing on the lake's island.
Какая страшная баба. Лицо маленькая, шея, как у жирафа.
So much hope and desire, but death, not love, was awaiting her.
Oh, the poor dear. That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, Poppet, but that's the way it is. and we must learn to deal with it.
Okay, I'll try. But it makes me so mad. Keep on reading, Nanny.
In despair, the man confessed he had killed her out of jealousy.
Зашибись. Такое читать девчонке маленькой.
So he was hanged on the small island, in the middle of the very same lake where he had killed the girl. They searched everywhere, but the girl's body was never found. Since then, her spirit, known as the White Lady, has been imprisoned in the depths of the lake. She grieves eternally for the loss of the man she loved. When fog arises, the White Lady is known to leave the waters of the lake and roam the woods, looking for her long-lost love in vain. Within the fog of dawn, hunters have claimed to hear the wailing of a woman in the distance.
I'm a little scared of this story, even though I like the lady.
Should I stop reading, my little sparrow?
No, Nanny. Daddy always tells me that fear must be faced. Go ahead.
Okay, honey. Every time the sad memory of the night she perished stirs in her soul, she takes the life of a young woman by slaying such a life in its youth. Even just for an instant, the lady feels free from the burden of her pain.
Конец нет.
Good night, Nanny.
Good night, my love.
I spent almost 3 years with the nanny, but when I came home, I quickly forgot how to be happy. My memories do not return until 15 years later, in 1944, when I stayed in that house. I enjoyed setting up cameras in the woods by the lake. My father created a device that attached to the cameras. It would make them take pictures at set intervals. I was trying to photograph animals, or whatever else was in that damned place.
Ну, конечно, тогда-то не было фотоаппаратов, которые сами по себе на движение фотографируют. О, что-то прям расплывается все. Размытость надо убрать. Ну так, более-менее. А что с ним делать?
Reel off the film. Open the camera. Remove the old roll of film. Put the new film in.
Всё замудрено. Не то, что сейчас. Тут где?
Close the camera. Load the film. Activate the timer. Almost ready. Now to bring the image into focus.
Фокус. А как фокус?
There's something floating on the surface of the water. If I frame it better, I might be able to see what it is.
Джойстик дребезжит. Я его не подключал, он дребезжит. О. Труп плавает.
What? Is that a person? I must help them.
Ничего, мне хоть дадут самому шевелиться, а то одну мышкой шевелю.
I was horrified at the idea that someone might have drowned in my lake. The lake was my world, where I would spend entire days daydreaming. I would lose myself in my thoughts, but that was a rude awakening. So terrible.
Ага. Спасать, что ли, собралась? Ну так мне интересно. Ну,
I instantly noticed that the person was wearing one of my dresses. I was scared.
одно из
I
моих
dragged
платьев.
that
Да.
lifeless body as best as I could to the shore, trying not to drown myself. Only when I lifted her in my arms did I realize who she was. It was my sister, my twin, a part of me, dead.
А еще откуда у нее сестра взялась?
I was desperate. I didn't know what to do or to think. I have to stay calm. Martha is not dead. It's not possible. It's not true. There's no need to worry. Everything is fine. Everything will be fine.
Ну так, блядь, что-нибудь сделай.
To stay calm. Martha, February 26th, 1923.
Is everything okay?
Are you hurt?
What are you doing?
Go, Erik, run!
My parents ran towards me. My mother hugged me. She, who detested me, was now cuddling me. Her warmth filled me with life, and the pain became bearable. I felt protected. Martha, are you okay? She asked me, speaking slowly in order to let me read her lips. She thought I was deaf. She thought I was Martha. I didn't want the moment to fade, so I meekly nodded my head. I didn't realize I had done something.
Еще перепутала с сестрой. Я думаю, родители различают близнецов.
I would have
Хоть и
to
не близнецы, бля.
Martha forever.
Не получится. Навсегда. Сразу заметят. А куда эти цветочки нести?
Parla Londra. Trasmettiamo alcuni messaggi speciali. Felice non è felice. È cessata la pioggia. La mia barca è bionda. Parla Londra. Abbiamo trasmesso alcuni messaggi speciali.
What's happening? Who closed the door?
Erich, wake up. Do you think it's appropriate to sleep here, of all places?
What? Yes. I must have fallen asleep.
What are they talking about?
You can't stay here forever. Why don't you go to bed?
No. I want to stay with my daughter.
Your daughter? Your daughter? You have another daughter, you know. The one who's still alive. Remember?
What are you talking about, Irene? Julia is dead. What kind of comment is that? How can you?
You should be thinking about Martha. Julia harmed Martha. You know that, right? And as if that were not enough, she has now also abandoned her.
It's the same old story. Everything is always Julia's fault, isn't it?
Что за родители
Her
такие?
fault for Martha being deaf and for you being infertile. Do you think it's the right time for this? Julia is dead, Irene. Dead. Someone killed her. Do you realize that?
Of course I realize. I get it. Do you think I'm
Кто
stupid?
такая Ирина?
No one understands it better than me. She always brought problems. Only problems. It would have been better if she hadn't been born at all. You're crazy.
I'm the crazy one? Me? They have done this to get at me, yes. Your death is all my fault. All I could ever do for you was hurt you, Julia. My poor, sweet, crazy girl. What will I do without you? What will life
Да нет, ну даже у близнецов различия есть. Как может родители
all the time
перепутать,
I
да?
didn't spend with you? But now I'm home. We can go fishing together. We can take pictures of butterflies. No. We can't do anything together anymore, can we? Nothing. I miss you, Julia. I miss you.
While American bombings continue to devastate the peaceful towns within the Elsa Valley, we have heard some tragic news from the area of La Ramola. The young daughter of German Army General Erich K. was murdered near her home. What possible reason could there have been behind such a cowardly act? This is what the Carabinieri, who immediately intervened, hope to find out.
Надоели загрузки.
Mother didn't seem to suffer from the situation. All she cared about was that my death was so painful for Martha. But not having me around anymore must have been a great relief to her. At the end of the day, it was better for everyone that it was me who died. And it was better for me too that people thought that. But the guilt began to consume me. That's when I started having horrible nightmares.
Это что-то неправильно угадываю я. Марта. Ёпта.
Martha has lost her soul. Martha has lost her soul. Martha has lost her soul. Martha has lost her soul.
Это надо в наушниках смотреть. Да ну на. Не смотрите. Ну прям Ладерфейс какой-то. Жесть какая. А чё желтое все? Чё нельзя было сделать меньше загрузок? Сцена, блин, 2 минуты, загрузка тоже 2. Ну, пока такого жуткого не было, кроме последнего. Да.
It was just a dream. A horrible dream. That horrendous woman and the face of my sister. I wish all
Жуткая
of this was
женщина.
a
Это,
dream.
наверное, типа она и есть. Она же украла ее личность.
Instead, her bed is empty and this is reality. This is Martha and me at the festival of the patron saint. It was only a few months ago, and now... Martha had asked for a picture of me to put in this frame. She wanted me to do one of those expressions of mine that made her laugh. Expressions that she couldn't quite imitate. She used to say that those were the signs of my soul. Can a photo capture the soul? Can I capture Martha's soul? Scary fairy tales. Everything seems to be scary lately. Yet everything here is so beautiful and bright.
Чего не могу ходить? Вперед не могу идти. А, я не эту кнопку жал.
This is Martha's trinket box. It could contain something that will help to figure out what happened.
Замочек надо что-то найти.
Martha's clothes. To me, wearing them will be like having her with me. Mummy will also be happy to see them. Or I could wear my clothes in the other wardrobe. It's July 18th. I always keep my trinket box locked.
Это типа Марта, а это ее кровать, да? Ну да.
I'm already dressed. Oh gosh, if Mummy sees this picture, she'll throw it away for sure. It's me and Lapo. The butterfly collection that Daddy made for me. Nanny will be visiting me soon. Everything I need is always in my bag.
Что у меня тут есть? Вы открыли сумку Джулии. В ней хранятся вещи, которые Джулия всегда носит с собой, а также любые подобранные в игре предметы. Так, список предметов находится внизу слева. Выберите предмет, чтобы использовать и изучить его. Ого.
The key to my trinket box.
Ключ от шкатулки. А у нее, наверное, другой ключ, да? А мы не знаем, где ключ искать.
Here is my diary.
Тут все, блин, по-русски, а озвучка по английскому.
This is a new diary. We moved here today and I forgot my old one back at home. But that's okay. A new chapter in my life, a new diary. They say they brought us here for our own safety. Daddy, the war, and everything else. Nanny gave us her house and she went to look after the mansion. It's weird being back here after so many years. I remember Nanny telling me the fairy tale of the Lady of the Lake. It's one of the few happy memories I have from when I was little. Nanny isn't here and that's a shame, but Martha is here with me. I also get to see Lapo more often, which is wonderful. He's always hanging around here. Mum is thankfully too preoccupied with fixing up the house to worry about me. At least for now. July 16th.
Ой, все читать.
There's something creepy about the woods. Every time I'm at the lake, I get a strange feeling. Maybe it's the legend of the white lady playing tricks on me. I get weird ideas. I think that there is this presence. Then I think I'm just being crazy. Anyway, crazy or not, I want to take some pictures. I'm not scared. In fact, I'd say I'm excited. I've made arrangements with Martha. She's coming to the lake with me tomorrow to set up 2 new cameras with timers, and we'll see what we can photograph. Not before a good swim, of course. To be honest, Martha doesn't like photography all that much, and recently she's gone off swimming too. But she does like spending time with me by teasing me. Then, when she gets bored, she disappears into her books, and I do my own thing. We feel right when we're together.
А только непонятно, какого хрена она утонула.
There's something.
Yes, Erich, I'll be right there. I'm just going upstairs to call Martha down for breakfast. Fine, but I'm not sure we should let her sleep all day. What do you think?
Хрен там.
This is not the right key. I must get her key if I want to know what's
I
inside
won't
her
wake
trinket
up. I'll
box.
just turn on her light. So when she wakes up, she'll know when to come down for breakfast.
They really think I'm Martha and I can't hear them. I need to be careful not to talk, or I will be in serious trouble. It's about 9:30.
Ну ничего.
I'm already dressed.
Пока что, нельзя переодеться? Новую одежду.
Even more scary fairy tales.
Я больше не знаю, что тут смотреть. И мы ждем, пока нас позовут пообедать. Выключатель такой. А зачем горит, если светло? Зеркало не отражается. Бегать можно. Да ладно.
Dad loves these prints of Florence. I find them a bit sad. It's locked. Strange. Why did they lock my room?
Джулия. А почему туда у Джулии две кровати? В смысле, у Марты. Я думаю, это там ее. Или там спят, чуть непонятно, у кого какие комнаты.
Martha's breakfast is ready. We can go.
Yes, yes. It's getting late.
Did you leave the newspaper for Martha? You know how much she likes reading it.
Yes, Irena. It's on the table, can't you see?
And that camera, are you leaving it there?
Yes, Irena. Can't you leave it there for a few more days? Do you mind? It was for Julia. I will take it away soon. I promise. The thought makes me so sad. Seeing it there is as if... I don't know how to explain it.
All right. But let's go now. We have too much to do. We can't stay here all day talking.
Mummy is right, though. Martha always read everything. It's me who will now read the newspaper instead. They'll be out all day. The funeral preparations will take them a long time. Everything is more complex.
Фотоаппарат.
By the fire, and Nanny would get angry. Do you want to turn into a piece of charcoal, Julia? Brutal assassination in San Casciano. Julia Kay, a young woman from a respectable family, brutally murdered near her home.
Кто ее убил-то? Утонула какого-то хрена.
A possible political motive emerges. Martha was not killed by politics or war. She was killed by something much closer and much less clear. I will find out the truth. First improvements in food registration. Bread rations increased by 50 grams per day as of April 20th. A kilo more every month of soup ingredients. Reforms to the treatment of agricultural workers and an unexpected distribution of jam. Julia K. Distressed but supported by faith. Irenei the mother, Erich the father, and Martha the sister sadly announced Julia's passing. The funeral will take place in La Romola, Thursday, July 20th at 9:30 p.m., departing from the property of the deceased. Firm bulwark even in the skies. 159 aircraft of the Germanic defense shot down in 24
Интересно,
hours.
полгазеты на
Major
русском,
Russian
а
forces
половина нет.
northwest of Jassy. Enemy convoy lost in the Mediterranean. 2 destroyers and 6 merchant vessels sunk. Brutal assassination in San Casciano. Julia K., a young woman.
Так, а как?
Chocolate, a privilege for few people in these times. Bread, butter, jam, and coffee. Martha's typical breakfast. I prefer honey and milk, but I'll have to adapt to her tastes, obviously. For Julia, to take more and more photos. Dad. I can verify that the camera is still working by taking a photo. I could photograph a sparrow. There are so many of them out here. These are our vineyards. My father loved them so much that he constantly took photos of them. There might be birds around the little wall in front of the house. I always put crumbs on it for them. I liked watching Nanny as she cooked. I always picked up loads of techniques. Old photographs that father took of this house.
Ведь этих фотографий тут. Мгм.
Dante's Inferno illustrated by Dore. Always hanging cheery things.
Жизнерадостная картина.
Oggi Bonsi. On the day of Saint Alexis, the battle rages in the city
Florence,
tormented
July
by
15th,
American
1944.
Our Lady of
General
Carmel,
Erich K.
the company of the Falchium
As
Regiment,
per our prior agreement, we are sending you military
forcing the
encrypted
French to
communication
retreat to
material.
Piazza del
The
Mercato.
device must remain
The
hidden and
situation is
secret.
currently under
Hail.
control.
Feld Mascherallo, Carl H.
Это все здесь. И хоронить-то будут.
Ow! For a moment I thought I saw... No, that's not possible. It must be this whole situation making me see things that don't exist. This painter was a friend of Grandpa's. I always loved his paintings. As a child, I used to look at them for hours. The only way people could tell Martha and me apart was by dressing differently. Even Mother couldn't tell us apart.
Ну, не верю я, что близнецов нельзя отличить. Ладно, там какой-нибудь посторонний не может отличить. Родители-то должны.
My dog's basket, or should I say, the new dog's basket.
У них и
I don't
характеры
remember what
разные.
happened to my first dog, but when I think of him, I feel despair.
Чего так лагает-то все?
We are so lucky. In these difficult times, pantries are empty and people are going hungry. But with a German general for a father, food is never scarce. Mummy's sewing machine. She learnt how to sew because nobody else could do it to her liking. These could be of use to me. Mummy's medicine. Will they do her any good? Lorenzini haberdashery. 5 meters of grey cotton fabric. 6 meters of white linen fabric. 4 meters of green satin. Delivered on June 5th, 1944. In the event of an issue, contact us on the number 6987. And this red fabric? It's not been mentioned. Could this also be one of Mummy's, or could the nanny have left it here?
Кровь. А, нет, это вино.
Our wine. Daddy is so proud of it.
Проявка.
Daddy set up his darkroom here. He doesn't take photos anymore because of his work, but photography is still his true passion. I'm allowed to use the darkroom when I want to. There are 3 baths when developing photos. The development bath, then the first rinse, and then the fixing bath. The second rinse is done directly in the sink afterwards. Before I can use the enlarger, I should take a photo. Daddy had this device brought here last week. It's old, but still works. He has always loved everything technological.
Где ужасы-то?
When I was little, these barrels seemed enormous. I thought I could live inside one.
А как я сфотографирую? Мне надо выйти на улицу как-то. Хватит лагать. Вот она улица. Так, вы собираетесь фотографии Жули. Как тут все сложно. Похоже, вы готовы сделать первую фотографию. Для упрощения симуляции изображения при просмотре сразу отображает изменения настроек реального жизни изображения. Так, ладно, дальше. Высота РФ. Наклон QE. Ну хватит лагать, заебало. Контур. А как это нажать? Это что? Нажмите. Так я жму. Да. Здесь можно найти вспомогательные способности. Высокий второй затем пробеж начать снимки. Может так сделать. А то что-то мне надоело эти микролаги. Ошибись. Раз сломалась. Тут тоже надо поменьше все-таки. Где-нибудь 1,3 поставить. Иди там сохранение было.
There might be birds around the little wall in front of the house. I always put crumbs on it for them. Так, ладно. Надо птичек найти. А как увеличение делать? Или тут нет увеличения фотографий? Excellent. I've taken the picture. Now it's straight to the dark room in the cellar to print it.
Ну, пошли. А даже птичка не испугалась.
Daddy recently became a general in the German army. He used to take pictures on the front lines, but now he gives me the materials to take photographs instead. Now that Martha is gone, only this camera can fix my ideas and my memories. I can't allow myself to forget.
Туда.
I liked watching Nanny as she cooked. I always picked up loads of techniques. Daddy set up his darkroom here. He doesn't take photos anymore because of his work, but photography is still his true passion.
Это
I like to
фотоувеличитель.
use the darkroom when I want to.
Так, чтобы проявить фотографию, сначала нужно воспользоваться фотоувеличителем. Фотоувеличитель — это оптический инструмент, который позволяет обрабатывать фотобумагу. Сделав снимок, необходимо проявить пленку в несколько этапов. В целях упрощения этот процесс был сокращен, но в реальности этапы следующие. Сначала пленка наматывается на спираль, а затем вкладывается в бачок. Пленка погружается в проявитель, промывается, после чего кладется в закрепитель. Затем она вновь промывается, высушивается и наконец-то нарезается. В игре же вы получаете кассеты с пленкой после проявки, готовые к печати. Ну, в принципе, так и было. Потом уже, когда более современно стало. Увеличитель позволяет еще больше изменить фотографии. Изменять фотографии. Благодаря ему можно выбрать, какую часть снимка хотите напечатать. Кроме того, можно настроить фокус и выбрать, как долго отпечатывать снимок на фотобумаге. С помощью красного фильтра можно увидеть изображение на бумаге перед выставлением на свет. Перемещение фотобумаги с помощью клавиш движения, чтобы настроить масштаб и фокус. Совпадение трех кругов означает, что фото находится в фокусе. Если фото остается размытым, даже в этом случае, вероятно, оно будет снято таким образом. Было снято таким образом. Экспериментируйте с настройками, пока не получите желаемый результат. Когда закончите, нажмите пробел. Четкое фото. Карточка не на месте. Угу. Убрав красный фильтр, вы выставите фотографию на свет и тем самым проявите ее. Этот процесс происходит автоматически и гораздо быстрее, чем в реальной жизни. Погрузите бумагу, не появится изображение. Так, чтобы добиться... Это какой-то симулятор фотографа, блин. Чтобы добиться идеальных результатов, выньте фотобумагу из проявителя, когда таймер находится в зеленой зоне. Вытащите фотографию слишком рано или слишком поздно, вы испортите ее, из-за чего придется начинать печатать заново. В реальной жизни после погружения в проявитель фотографии промывает, опускает закрепитель и снова промывает. В целях упрощения дополнительные этапы были пропущены. Теперь у вас распечатанная фотография, и ее можно сохранить в альбоме или выбросить. Снимки можно распечатать сколько угодно. Все снимки доступны для печати в любое время. Ну, ванночки триллера, а я только в одну сунул. Так, пошли. Дальше что, какие задания? Рамка. Чтобы сделать автопортрет, нам нужен штатив. Штатив он в этом коридоре. Вот здесь, слева. Вон там. Так.
Camera is set up with the self-timer.
Ничего.
These workbenches fascinate me. I would love to learn carpentry. This is where Nanny's husband made my dolls. The puppets I used to play with were made here. I never knew that when I was a child. They always told me that a fairy brought them. I didn't really believe them, but it was nice to think that.
Что, проявить опять пошли?
It's always a thrill to develop a photo. You can't see anything at first, yet something invisible is captured on the black film. A kind of ghost. That invisible breath then returns to reveal the reality from which it was torn. There are those who say that photography steals the soul or captures it. That's why they used to photograph the dead. But nowadays, almost nobody does it anymore. Even if it's just a delusion, I want to photograph Martha. I want to have a small reflection of who she was with me. But I have to do it secretly or they'll think I'm crazy.
Ну, какое злое лицо. Надо было улыбнуться.
Yes, this is me. No one was ever able to tell us apart. But I never had the slightest doubt, and nor did Martha. It's strange how what identifies us most deeply is not visible to anyone.
Зачем столько загрузок? Ты все время в той же локации.
I was obsessively thinking about Martha and what had happened. But suddenly, a thought took control. The memory of that day at the lake was becoming more and more like a dream when, after awakening, the image becomes more and more faded. Could it be that the memories were a figment of the mind? Had I been the one that hurt my sister? I had always envied her, and now I had taken her identity. I experienced a suffocating pattern of thoughts. I decided to go straight to the lake to retrieve the film rolls. They would tell a different story, I was sure. But deep down, I kept hoping they would confirm my fading memory. Of course the door is locked. If the keys aren't hanging on the lock as usual, then they will be in Daddy's study. We live in fear now. My parents are not going to let me go to the lake anymore after Martha's death. So this is the right time. I need to know. The self-doubt I feel is eating me up.
Так, нам что надо? Задания-то какие? Дополнительные. Мотив надо искать. А что задание-то какое-то непонятное написано?
We are so lucky. In these difficult times, pantries are empty and people are going hungry. But with a German general for a father, food is never scarce.
Штатив вот он.
A tripod is necessary to take photos with long exposures.
Сейчас кто-нибудь подсвечит.
July 18th. Everything has changed. I feel like a different person. The best part of me left with Martha. My enthusiasm, my desire to live, and the will to joke around. I find myself alone, left to my own devices, confused with no desire or expectations. I was handling the cameras at the lake and there was a floating body on the water. I don't remember what I was doing before. Yet another memory lapse. That lifeless body was Martha's, my sister. Mummy ran up to me and hugged me, thinking I was Martha and that I, Julia, was dead. I didn't correct her mistake and now it's too late. If they find out I have been fooling everyone, I don't even want to think about it. I feel terribly guilty pretending to be Martha, pretending to be deaf. I took the photo for Martha's frame. I know it's too late now, and I felt incredible pain placing the picture. I said goodbye to her forever in that moment. I realized she was gone, and there was no going back. I must do one thing for Martha. I must find out what happened. The partisans couldn't have killed her. That's just ridiculous. Lapo is my friend, and he is one of them. He loved us so much. We know all of them. So it's just impossible.
Ну. Зажигалку-то включай. Как я в темноте ходить буду? Зажигалку не включаешь?
It's dark and I can't turn on the lights. It's dangerous. I'll need a flash for the camera. I can look for it amongst Daddy's things in the room below his bedroom.
Неужели? Так-то нельзя было, нет? Фотографировать Марту, найти вспышку или фотоаппарат. Так, надо... Она там еще лежит, блин. Найти вспышку теперь. Где она может лежать?
Orange filter. When there is fog, it improves the image by giving it some contrast. With this lens, I can shoot very close up.
Я же убрал ножницы, они опять здесь.
These could be of use to me.
Где может вспышка лежать, если не там? Может, инфракрасный фильтр взять вместо вспышки?
The hell? For a moment I thought I saw.
Опять то же самое.
It must be this whole situation making me see things that don't exist.
Найти ключ в кабинете папы. Так. Найти вспышку. Сейчас слишком темно. Не, ну хватит. Короче, в кабинет отца надо попасть. А кухня? Ничего. О, это что, вспышка, что ли? Что она здесь лежит? Новый скин. А, скин какой-то. Нафиг не скин.
As a child, when I spent those short years with the nanny, this was my room.
Ключ от чего? Открыть главный вход. Ну, мне надо еще здесь найти вспышку надо.
Daddy's stuff. War maps. I've heard everything will play out on this new defensive line.
Там спят родители. Тут ничего нет, что нам надо? Ну, пошли. Так, что, все, да? Может, тут ничего нет? Угу. А без вспышки мне как фотографировать? Или я еще могу вернуться? Или все-таки внизу где-то есть? Там вроде уже ничего не осталось. Вспышку где мне взять? Ебало логики. Где опять потерял? Найти вспышку. Сейчас слишком темно, чтобы снимать без вспышки света и зажигалки. Нет, хватит. Думаю, я могу найти вспышку в кабинете отца. Где-нибудь в его вещах. Но я ж там был, нет там ни хрена. Еще раз пойдем. Я, блин, пытался брать, а нахера не берется.
Now I can photograph Martha even in the dark.
Угу. Как мне вспышку прикрепить? А вот. Так,
Done. It'll be nice to
готово.
have it always by my side, even if it's just a picture.
И опять делать фотографии. Да твою мать, почему постоянно лагает в этом подвале?
A photograph is both the present and the past, like a dead body. I don't know what I'm expecting. Maybe it's silly to think you can capture the soul of someone who has died. Her face can no longer tell me if what happened was my fault. I should have known that already. All I can do is head to the lake and get those rolls.
Ну все, поперлись на выход. Где тут выход-то? На озеро. На озеро вот оно протекает. Ну, вообще это река, а не озеро. Она же на озеро сказала. Ну, к озеру.
The forest is very dark. The lighter will not be enough. Better to use the gas lamp.
А где эту лампу возьмешь? Лампа. Снаружи слишком темно. Так, обычно ее можно найти. Ее легко найти. Она должна быть где-то у входа. Бежим к входу. Ну вот, это другое дело.
love the night, but this night scares me. In the dark, I can feel all the harm I've caused. It's getting closer with each step. I feel it brushing up against me like a cold wind. I hurt Martha. The closer I get to the lake, the more certain I am of this. How could it not be? I killed her to steal the love that everyone felt for her but didn't feel for me. How could I have done such a thing?
Похоронили кого-то. Так, я не знаю, куда бежать. В каком месте именно. Ну, сейчас мне надо налево. Вот сюда, что ли? Такие звуки странные. О, появились отметки. Так мне надо было идти к этому мосту. Каску сфотографировать можно. Заебало уже. Чё мне видеопамяти 6 гигов не хватает для такой игры, что ли? Чего вам не нравится, я понять не могу. Я ж качество ставил нормально. Принять. Автоматически, чё? На ультрах вообще должно быть, а на какого-то хера. Фотографии сохранилось вообще нет, которые я сделал. Мрачная такая игрушка. Гнетущая, я бы сказал. Так и где я? Понятно. Это надо идти туда.
I love the night, but this night scares me. In the dark, I can feel all the harm I've caused. It's getting closer with each step. I feel it brushing up against me like a cold wind. I hurt Martha. The closer I get to the lake, the more certain I am of this. How could it not be? I killed her to steal the love that everyone felt for her but didn't feel for me. How could I have done such a thing? German soldiers. Daddy ordered patrols to be carried out near the house, but how could they have lost a helmet? God only knows. Oh no! Damn lamp! Luckily I still have my lighter with me.
Блять. Мне даже дрожь пошла. Ладно, сюда нам тоже надо. Пойдем сюда.
The cameras are somewhere around here.
Это самая камера, которую мы последний раз смотрели. Здесь.
2 cameras left.
Еще одна. Куда она прячет, интересно, если она в
One
юбке?
more camera to collect.
Угу.
A shred of fabric here in the woods. How strange. Let's take a photo of it and leave it where it is. That's it. I've got them all. These films are going to help me understand what happened. Now I should rush home to develop them.
Ну.
How could it have ended up here? It looks familiar.
Значит, от какого-нибудь платья опять темно стало. Что за фигня? Вообще от фонаря света никакого. Что так темно? Если вам там не видно, то мне тоже. Ни хрена не видно вообще. Что там, островок какой-то? Я пошел не в ту сторону. Что так темно стало, вообще ни хрена не видно. Чем дальше, тем темнее становится. Ну. Ну, вся сестра глухая. Чего она разговаривает с ней? Побежать в какую сторону? Ну, без разницы, в какую сторону бежать. Ни хрена себе черепушка, блин. А чё она... А, она уже как маленькая, что ли? Хоть как-то роста маленького. Я уж думаю, такой жести больше не будет. Что-то прям как-то даже уже капец. Ведь там что, ребенок еще откуда-то взялся? Жесть. А что я тут делаю?
Привет. Удачного стрима и отличного настроения.
Ага. Спасибо. Какое тут настроение. Тут такие жести показывают, блин.
Oh, yet another nightmare. She entered my dreams once more. Maybe she wants to talk to me. What am I saying? Fairy tales coming true. Yet I feel... No, these are the thoughts of a crazy person, and I'm not crazy.
Ну, это понятно. Это взросление.
Blood. I'm not due yet, and there's a lot more than usual. What's happening to me? Am I going to be joining Martha sooner than I thought? I have to wash up and do what needs to be done. If I'm sick, I have little time. The truth awaits me. It must be hidden within those rolls.
Да. Лес. Так надо, наверное, мыться сходить, а не сразу лезть. Сегодня будем в этом ходить.
What am I thinking? I would stain my clothes with blood.
Вымазала кровь. А где намыться-то? Там что-то я не знаю даже. А, вот она. И что, нам на это смотреть? Она подмывается или? Да, ну ладно, не надо смотреть.
That's better. But I still don't understand all of that blood. That's never happened to me before. But I'm not going to tell my doctor. Otherwise he'll make me stay in bed and rest. This dress is only for special occasions.
Тогда это.
It's very rude, but I could pick up the phone and listen to their conversation.
How are you doing today, Rennie?
I'm worried, Father. Very worried. We found more partisan tracks in the woods, right next to the house. That Lapo, I suspect he may be involved in the death of...
No, please don't say that. It's not possible. I know the boy and I don't...
Father, anything is possible in these dark times. Anything. That boy didn't even come to say goodbye to Julia. Didn't they love each other dearly?
He must be terribly scared, and Julia always used to say that.
Yeah, sure, she used to say they were just friends, but you know too, right? Friends are not supposed to do such things, Father. Or are they? But anyway, you're defending them both. You, my husband, and even the nanny who, deep down, is a good woman.
The nanny. I believe the nanny is the one who hurt Julia. With her evil passion for those cards, they are cursed things. I hope you made them disappear.
Of course. I keep them safe in my room.
those involved in Martha's death. My mother is losing her mind again. How could anyone even imagine such nonsense? And Don Attilio, he is a great friend, but what a weird view. Those cards are just a game, but most importantly, they're mine. Why on earth did they take them from me? How wonderful the snow is. Unfortunately, it doesn't snow often around here.
Так. Пойдем. Что нам проявить надо? Фотографии.
The superior commander of the German Federal Armed Forces announces 1. Whoever is in possession of weapons or explosives not reported to the German headquarters will be shot. 2. Whoever harbors bandits and or protects them and provides them with clothing and or weapons will be shot. 3. Whoever is aware of the existence of any rebel groups or even lone rebels without reporting them will be shot.
Я не хочу другое читать. Или надо все-таки? Может, без сюжета. Ну, только слушать не хочу, пропущу просто.
Italian workers in Germany. The following rules are in... War rages on the Eastern Front.
Все про войну.
Fighting in Normandy. The superior commander...
Так, это выход, это появочная. Это не здесь. Здесь.
Red filter for super high contrast photos. With this
А
lens,
что они здесь все лежат?
it's bigger. This lens increases the framed area. It allows me to fit more into the image. I have to be careful and keep the volume down as I listen. I must go unnoticed. I am meant to be deaf after all.
Ready? Julia? You ready?
Sure, Daddy. I'm good to start.
I've already started recording.
Oh, no, my voice will sound awful.
No way, come on. Didn't you want to study singing anyway?
No, I was young and stupid when I said that.
Okay. Ready?
Go. Oh, how nice. It's the rehearsal for last week's concert. I never heard the recording. But I was right, my voice is awful. Cannot be called singing. Anyway, it's time I developed these film roles. I can't wait any longer. I wish I could just stop time.
Типа глухая она там должна быть. Бетховен тоже глухой был. Музыку писал. Вот. Так.
These images could change everything. I cannot bear the fact that I may have hurt Martha. I would rather die. Damn my head and these memory lapses. It's such a pain not remembering. It's like getting lost inside yourself.
И как я тут что увижу? Вот все белое. Понял, первый, ну это все. А удалить нельзя. Это каску можно проявить. Ну, там лодка только, ничего больше нет. Так.
I'm carrying Martha to shore. I'm trying to save her. My memories, although fuzzy, do match reality. I feel a little better. Now I can find out who really hurt Martha. Maybe I should meet with the White Lady. She might be able to tell me something. Is this crazy talk? Yes, definitely. But what's normal about any of this? Maybe you have to be a little crazy to get anything done.
Может, это эти партизаны, блин, его утопили, чтобы свидетельница
Here
была.
I was running toward the pier, just as I remember. Yes, I've undressed and I'm about to dive in. This matches my memory.
Все. Уж вполне фотографию. Газету прочитал. Найти карты Таро. Это мы найдем. Короче, найти карты теперь. Наверняка где-то спрятаны. Но вот где? Думаю, начать поиски стоит с комнаты родителей. Это в самом верху. Пошли. Ну это я читал. Это нужно еще раз проверить.
Lorenzini haberdashery.
Да.
5 meters of grey.
Как убрать это все?
6 meters of white linen fabric. 4 meters of green satin. Delivered on...
Ага, давай дальше.
In the event of an issue, contact us on the number 6987. And this red fabric? It's not been mentioned. Could this also be one of Mummy's, or could the nanny have left it here?
Ну, тут долго лежать-то будет. Хоронить-то будут, нет? Родительский дом. Начало. О.
Mummy's family coat of arms.
Ничего ж нельзя зажигалку зажечь. Да ёбаный, блядь, лаги. Эти почему всегда где-то на лестнице?
Following the dramatic news from the countryside, Archbishop Toccarelli will protest with the French in the city. For the
General
raping
Edict K.
by
New
invading
rules on curfew and women's behaviour.
ordinance for the safety
German
of
command of
citizens.
S. Vincenzo
From this
Arturi.
moment on,
Telephone number
for anyone to leave their homes and walk the streets of San Cassiano. All windows, including cellars, house entrances, and doorways, must
25
remain closed
ISO
night
film.
and day.
When the sun is high in the sky, it's
Populations are
perfect.
advised to stay in their cellars, or, where these do not exist, churches and other large buildings. The patrols of German armed forces have orders to shoot at people who are on the street, or who are found looking out of their windows. I shall repeat for clarity. New ordinance for the safety of citizens. From this moment on, it is forbidden for anyone to leave their homes and walk the streets of San Cassiano.
Dear Mother,
All windows,
this is hard, but I have something to tell you. I found out that Julia is pregnant. Go to the lake tomorrow morning at 7 and watch her as she bathes. You'll see that her tummy is growing. Martha. What? I'm not pregnant. Why is everything becoming even more confusing? I'm searching for an explanation, but instead I'm left with more questions. Mummy's medicine. Will they do her any good?
Так, походу, беременная это как раз сестра была,
Nanny and I always used to
которая
play.
утонула.
She would predict my future and I pretended to predict hers. The future was always good for everyone. Maybe when she read them, she saw my true future, which she hid from me. Or more likely, these cards are actually just a stupid game to reassure and deceive oneself with. But deceiving oneself is sometimes necessary. How can we live happily otherwise? Romola, 15th of July 1944. Dear Mrs. Irene, I'm writing to let you know that all is well here at the villa. Thank you for being so considerate and caring. I apologise for the simplicity of the housing you were forced to live in. I also locked the room where the little one used to stay as requested. I've left you the key. It is the one with the pink keyring. Try to stay safe. Best regards, Nanny. Why on earth did Mummy have that door locked? It was my room. What is she trying
Ну,
to do?
заебало лагать.
This is Mummy's jewellery. She wears them every day, even though Daddy says it's impractical and dangerous to show signs of wealth these days. As usual, she doesn't want to listen to reason.
Я нашла эту записку в вещах, мама. Почерк Марты, но в словах нет никакого смысла. Здесь написано: «Дорогая мама». Это не просто, но мне нужно кое-что тебе рассказать. Я узнала, что Джулия беременна. Сходи к озеру завтра утром в 7 и посмотри, как она купается. Ты увидишь, ее живот вырос. А где мне искать ключи? Розовый брелок, да?
And ends up arguing with Daddy until he goes to play war, as she says.
Может, на кухне? Там же про няню говорила, когда кухня заходила. Так, ладно. Может, здесь кухня? Может, здесь? Да ёб твою мать, хватит лагать, а!